face the music.
Full blast.
And?
Oh, Adam and I and you and Kevin are double-dealing shysters.
Well, I guess that just about sums us up.
What?
It was not that far off the mark.
Oh, wait a minute.
Never mind your reasons. The method wasn't exactly above board, was it?
Look, I'm feeling wretched enough as it is without you telling me that.
It's the truth. So what happens now? About everything, about David in particular.
Oh, I suppose he'll sit it out on his iceberg. Timing could have been better, though.
How do you mean?
Well, it puts a bit of a blight on the wedding, doesn't it?
Can't it stay in its own sort of compartment? It's business, it's not personal.
Well, if it was just David and me, yes, I suppose it could, but David and Adam just forget it. I mean, I've been trying to convince David that it's all down to me, but, oh, anything underhand has got to have been masterminded by Adam.
When you got me on your side, that should have swayed anybody. I mean, I'm a hard-boiled so-and-so. It says so on my passport. No, your reasons are ever so understandable. You are very much in love with your future husband. You convinced me. Why can't you convince David?
I'm beginning to wonder if David believes in love anymore.
Wish we knew.
Knew what?
What it's going to be. Would help with the names as well, wouldn't it? What about Matthew? Matthew Banks.
The other day at the clinic, you were saying what a nice surprise it'd be.
No, I don't really want to know.
I'll give up.
No, I mean for this, you know, colour schemes and that. Pink or blue. They do nice pastel shades, but I suppose we'll have to play safe.
Women.
When are we going to make a start? Oh, Kevin, will you look, little lamb?
Look, when I borrow some letters from work, I'll fix that crack in the ceiling and then I'll start stripping the
What
walls.
about me?
You'll be too busy producing.
Producing what? Matinee jackets and shawls that Mum can do a darn sight fast. That's boring. No, I'll be fat enough without sitting around. I want to do something.
Oh, well, you can choose the carpet.
Oh, thank you very much. We can't afford a car.
Yes, we can.
Kevin, I want to be in there. I want to be stripping walls and cleaning brushes and slapping on paint.
Slap happy, that's your... All right, don't let me catch you swinging from the light fitting trying to fit a posh pink lampshade, that's all.
What were you both back together?
Hey, Mum, look. This is for the nursery, you know, Ron's room.
Yeah, that's lovely.
And we thought if we had some white paint, then we could always change it.
Hey, she had a visit from Terry's debt collectors.
Oh, no, not again.
And this time they definitely didn't say it with flowers.
Oh, Glenda, you weren't here on your own, were you?
No, Benny was here, thank heavens. Mind you, I think they could have brained him if they wanted. No, they just went to see if Terry was here, and when he wasn't, they just went.
Di was sent home this afternoon with a stomach upset, something she'd eaten, I suppose.
Yeah, back to that little lot, because that's where Terry went last night, you know.
But I thought he was at Benny's bed in Mavis's.
So did Terry think.
Oh, pillar to post, that lad. Oh, that's a pretty colour, isn't it? So, but you can't be more specific, isn't it?
How do you mean?
Don't you like that?
Pink or blue.
Oh, you see, that's just what I said, you see.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad to have the room free at last. Been doing it in dribs and drabs, as it is.
Hey, Kevin, let's try it up against the wall, shall we? Go on, carry that. And then we've got to think about curtains. That's just as important, you know.
Diane, I thought you went home feeling ill.
I know, I've come back, I feel a bit better. I hate skiving off.
Listen, this crash, someone told me that Benny had predicted it.
Oh, come on, that's a bit strong. I mean, he told her not to get on the bus, but he didn't tell her it was going to crash.
Still, it's quite impressive. He must be Mrs. Hooper's blue-eyed boy now.
Well, do us a favour, don't say anything to him about it. He only gets embarrassed.
No, all right, I won't.
I'm looking for Mr. Paul. Have you seen him anywhere?
Sorry, no.
I'll go and look in the dining room then.
Then you should go home. You know you don't look well. If you have a word with Mr. Paul, I'll drive you back afterwards, okay?
Thanks.
2 chicken chasseurs and 1 curry. Fine.
Excuse me.
Would you care to see the wine?
Excuse me, Mr. Paul.
Excuse me.
Could I have a word? Mr. McPhee's looking for you.
Well, I'm very busy. I'll have to wait.
The curry's off.
How can it be off? We haven't even started serving it yet.
Well, there's been a bit of an accident.
On the other hand, you might be happier with the lamb. It says off.
You tell Miss Metcalfe I want to see her before she leaves.
Of course, Mr. Hunt.
3 lamb crackers. Thank you very much. Should be kind of
Good evening, madam.
Good evening. I have a reservation.
Yes, what do you want?
Brookes.
Brookes. Oh, yes. Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Brookes for 1 week confirmed.
That's right.
And Mr. Brookes?
Oh, he'll be joining me later.
Fine. If you'd like to sign in.
Yes.
It's Chalet 35.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite a drive from York.
Oh, yes.
Roads all right?
Oh, a bit of a hold-up on the M6.
Usually is. Do you want a hand with your luggage?
Yes, please.
I'll get somebody to do that. And will you be dining here tonight?
I think so, yes.
Paul, Mrs. Brookes will be dining here tonight.
Certainly, madam. What time would suit you?
Oh, about 8:30, I think.
Table for one?
No, for two. My husband will be joining me. At least, I hope he will.
Certainly.
Come in.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, shut the door. Spoken to Jill Harvey today?
Yes, I have.
Then you'll know what this is about.
I've known what this is about for almost a week. It was just a question of when.
Sit down.
Thank you.
I'm disappointed in you.
So am I.
I expect you to take this seriously.
I do.
And what kind of a silly, flippant answer is that?
It's a sort of silly, flippant answer that trips off my tongue before my brain has a chance to catch up. No, I can be serious about this.
Let's hear it.
I have no real preference as to who has that garage. Actually, that's not strictly true. I'd like it. But I haven't got the wherewithal, so as far as I'm concerned, it's up for grabs. But I just manage the place. If the new owner wants me to stay, I'll stay. If he doesn't, I'll go. Simple as that.
Twice last week I asked you about Oliver Banks and his intentions about the sale. Now, twice you were evasive.
And now you know why.
Because you were persuaded it would be more to your advantage if Adam Chance were to own half that garage rather than me.
Oh, yeah?
Was it a cash inducement?
I resent that. I can't be bought.
Well, what then? Since as far as your job is concerned, you can take it or leave it.
I didn't say that.
You said if the owner wanted you to stay, you would stay. If not, you'd go. Now, that hardly sounds as though they could dangle the assurance of continued employment in front of you with much success.
Didn't even try.
What then?
It just seemed to me that Jill needed it for Adam more than you needed it for you.
And that was enough?
Oh, David, Jill and Adam are getting married. Now, I know that does not strike you as the most exciting event of the season. It doesn't me either. I have serious reservations as far as Mr. Chance is concerned. But when a woman picks a man to share the rest of her life with, I do not want to rock any boats because I have a great reputation for falling overboard.
So what did she tell you to get you on her side?
All sorts of things, and very reasonable things. Besides, that little lady is very, very much in love. And I am not a sucker for a soft story, David. I look very hard.
Do you indeed?
Yes, I do. I have just finished with a relationship that was supposed to have developed into something like that. I was not in the mood to listen.
But you did?
Yes. And she convinced me. It's just a pity she couldn't have done the same to you.
Pity. She didn't even try.
You're going to be all right with just that, love?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm going to have an early night once I've read this and had a bath.
That's it.
Hello, Glenda, love.
Guess who?
Why, it's like the good old days me coming over to it.
Oh, how are you keeping them, Wally?
Oh, I've been up and down to the quack, you know. It's still thick on the chest. It doesn't me no good at all. It was Mavis's idea.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. We got to go out. We got to fly.
Oh, I always seem to come at the wrong time, don't I?
Yeah, still you can keep Kevin company, can't you?
Aye.
Kevin, give him a cuppa, eh?
Yeah, sure.
Bye-bye, love. We've got to go.
Thanks very much, Sharon. Enjoy yourself, then.
Yeah.
Sandwich?
Well, I wouldn't, you know, but Maeve.
Why, what you been doing to you?
Well, the grub's gone right off, you know. Nothing but lettuce and ridged cucumber. It gives me wind something rotten.
It's better for you than all that stodge.
And the breakfast, I used to get bacon, egg, sausage, tomato, and mushrooms, and fried bread. Cereals keep you regular, she says. And what with me being ill and all that sort of thing, it's not conducive to my recovery, is it, Kevin?
What did that new bloke say, that Dr. Wilcox?
Oh, in? He wants me to give up my job completely.
You'll only have your pension then, wouldn't you?
Aye. 35 quid a week, Maeve charges me. That's without lunch, washing, or out else.
How are you going to manage them, Wally?
I don't know.
Hey, you're not thinking about coming back here?
Oh, no. No, that'll be too much work for Kath. And there's Glenda, too, and a baby. When's it due?
January.
Well, that clinches it, doesn't it? I can't come back. It'll be too much trouble.
Good. Hey, I tell you what, though.
What?
Why don't you come upstairs and see your old room?
My old room?
Pick the wallpaper. It's going to be a better nursery than Prince Willie's.
By George.
Hey, tell you what. You can give us a hand moving out all the junk and the furniture.
Ah, well, I don't mind it. Oh, hey, just a minute. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I can't move suddenly. My back's playing me up again.
Hello, you're back earlier.
Yes, well, she's not feeling well.
Oh.
Thanks for the lift anyway, Bob.
David won't even notice that I've gone.
Do you want a quick cup of tea?
No, I think that's pushing my luck a bit too much. But you should see a doctor.
How do you feel?
Yuck.
Oh, sorry I asked.
Thanks again.
Get her to ring the surgery.
I've told you, I don't want to see a doctor.
Yeah, well, you should. Listen, I'm going to rush off now.
Right. Take care.
Oh, dear.
Headache?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And you have got a temperature.
Yes, Sharon.
You were all right this morning, weren't you?
Well, it must be something I've eaten.
Yes. I'm going to ring the surgery. There's bound to be somebody on call.
For heaven's sake, I don't want you to ring the doctor.
Hello, this is Sharon Metcalfe. I'm afraid my flatmate is rather ill. I think it might be food poisoning. Do you suppose somebody could possibly come around and have a look at her?
Mandy, could we have the same again, please?
Yes, I'll be with you right away.
I just wish he wouldn't.
Oh, chill. I mean, what did you expect now?
A row, a flare-up, if you like. Yes, that's on the cards. But this cold, clinical manner, it's getting me down. Has he spoken to you?
Oh, only to give orders.
Has he mentioned the garage?
Not a word.
He can't be planning anything because there's not a damn thing he can do about it.
Well, just have to sit it out.
I don't want to. Oh, darling, why does it have to be like this? A sort of chill over everything. I mean, we're getting married next month. It's supposed to be a happy time.
It will be.
I don't see how. All right, I didn't expect sweetness and light, but a bit of understanding at least.
We are the baddies.
Oh, yes. And what a dreadful thing we've done. Just bought half the garage under his nose. I mean, that is the end of the world, isn't it?
We should have followed this whole thing through before we made a single move. The consequences were predictable, but you didn't seem to take them into account.
I didn't expect him to make such a song and dance about it.
Pardon me?
Thank you, Mandy.
Yes, I knew he wanted it. And I knew that if we were going to get it, we would have to do something a little bit underhand. But honestly, to make all this fuss. Where is he, by the way? Is he on duty?
He's showing some works management around the conference hall and then taking them in for dinner.
Where's Barbara?
I haven't a clue. Hey, where are you going?
To find her.
What for?
I feel like a shoulder to cry on.
Hello, Jim. Good evening, Mrs. Brookes.
Oh, good evening. I was miles away.
I hope your husband is not.
I'm sorry?
You booked your table for 8:30, but reception tells me that Mr. Brookes hasn't arrived yet.
No.
Shall I keep your table for you?
Would you?
Certainly.
I'll give him another half an hour. If he doesn't show up, I think I'll just go through and eat on my own.
Very remiss of him to keep a lady waiting.
Oh, he makes rather a habit of it, I'm afraid.
Shocking.
Well, you see, it's his job. He's not exactly free to come and go as he pleases.
What line of business would he be in?
Oh, the government. Rather hush-hush.
Ah, I see. Important work, no doubt, but it is little consolation to you. Would you care to see the menu in the meanwhile?
I think I might as well. I've got a feeling it's going to be a lonely night.
She'll live. Could you fill this tomorrow before you go to work? Mumford's on the high street, opens at 8:30.
Right, now, do I offer you a drink or are you on duty?
Well, a cup of something hot, if it wouldn't be too much trouble.
Cup of tea?
Yeah, fine, thank you.
Right.
How to be your own best friend?
That's Di's.
Very big on self-help, aren't I?
You want to be your own psychiatrist. Aren't you her best friend?
One of them.
Is she yours?
Yes, I suppose she is, for now. Well, if we weren't sharing this place together, you know how it is.
It's a practical view of friendship.
Well, when you move around like I do, your friends change. You talk on the phone, send a card at Christmas, but I've just remembered something. You were on duty, aren't you?
Yes, but that was what we were talking about, wasn't it? Before we were interrupted.
That put things in proportion for me, I must say. People who are really hurt at an accident like that are my sort of problem, you know.
How long have you been here?
Ooh, about 1.5 years this time.
This time?
Yes, I went away for about 1.5 years. Didn't even send a Christmas card that time. Oh, come on. You're new. You must have left people behind.
I brought my son. My wife died last spring.
Oh, I'm sorry.
April. Sympathy and tea. It's usually the other way around.
Yeah.
Anyway, how have you been?
Coping.
Yes, you're a coper.
Very quick diagnosis.
Inference. You never came back for the tranquilizers.
True. I suppose I'm trying to be my own best friend.
I didn't mean any harm.
Well, you certainly caused it.
So how long is this cold shoulder treatment going to go on, then?
It's up to David what he does. But I think you've hurt him a lot more than you imagine.
But it's business, isn't it? I mean, that should be apart from sort of personal relationships, shouldn't it? Anyway, it's only the sort of thing that J. Henry does all the time.
And you don't? I mean, it's the sort of thing that David expects of J. Henry. Doesn't particularly please him, but it doesn't upset him either, because he really doesn't care about J. Henry. But he does care for you. And you know that, don't you? Surely it works both ways, doesn't it?
Yes.
I mean, how would you feel if he treated you like that?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, all I do know is that I think I would make allowance for reason. Look, I am marrying Adam. I mean, that's something I've wanted to do for ages. And all right, I know David doesn't think he's the right man for me, but OK, that's his opinion, and that's fair enough. But you see, Barbara, there's 2 things to consider. You see, 1, Adam is very ambitious, and he's not going to be content just being an employee. And 2, well, I want this marriage to succeed. And if it has a better chance by Adam having a stake in the garage, well, I don't care how much it hurts David.
You realise you're going to undermine the whole business.
Sorry, that's the way it is.